Of course, we've got a lot of ad tech people coming for the first time, partly because of the Innovation Festival, but also for the main festival as well. Snapchat are here for the first time in a big way. Tinder were on stage this morning speaking. Facebook's got a whole new beach for the very first time to join the Microsoft beach and the Google beach. So there's a lot of new platforms here. And it's quite interesting because actually that's mirrored as well by what you might call traditional or old media now that have joined the party. Condé Nast are here, Hearst are here, they came for the first time last year. All the big TV networks, NBC, BBC, CNN, people like that, Time Warner. So it's a big media show as well as everything else now.
That's great, and it's a bit more global, is it? Tell us about the sort of the scope of the delegates.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think it's very dominated by the US and Europe, and I suppose it is in a way, but actually we've got a lot more delegates from China this year. We've got speakers from China as well, more delegates from India, a lot more from Africa, more from Latin America. So actually the global nature of the business as well is reflected here at Cannes, which I think is very interesting. And although the American businesses, they dominate in many ways because they're so powerful, in fact there are a lot of people here from other countries as well.
That's great. And tell us a little bit about what's going on in the main stage and the conversations that you hope to create both through the festival and the Innovation Festival.
Well, what we want to try and do on the main stage is have a real mix of speakers. So we want people who are creative from other industries. So everybody from Jamie Oliver, Heston Blumenthal from the cookery world, to filmmakers like Kenneth Branagh. And then we've got just big celebrities to talk about what they've been doing. I mean, Kim Kardashian's game, of course, is the big subject, and I think that will be very well attended. And then, of course, we have just really interesting people who are going through an interesting time. So Al Gore, Monica Lewinsky telling her story, and that's interspersed with a lot of creative themed speeches, because we are a creativity festival, and it's really about how creativity can drive your business.
So Phil, doing our run-up to the show, doing our road to Cannes, a lot of people, particularly women, are very, very, very happy about the Glass Award. Could you tell us about how that came together and what you hope it will be?
Well, the Glass Lion, it was interesting. We had a meeting last year with Sheryl Sandberg from Facebook. She said, can I have just 10 minutes? And I went backstage to speak to her just before she went on the stage. And her point was, you know, you can legislate all you want, but actually it's culture that's going to change things. And her point was marketing and advertising is one of the biggest ways that culture gets changed and shaped, along with movies and TV, of course. And she said that Cannes Lions is the place to make a difference. And we thought about it a lot. You know, we've never had a themed lion before. We've never had anything that's specifically about one thing. So it was a big discussion, and we talked to many people in the industry. But I think this subject is such a big subject, such an important subject that's coming to the fore right now. And we've been delighted with the entries look fantastic, the jury's great. And I think it'll be the first step, because this gender equality issue for the Glass Lion will be our first issue, and there may be other issues in the future, so it may shift and morph into other issues. So we're very proud of it, and we're really delighted the way it's worked out.
And I know you're going to kill me for this question, but what about Cannes Lions 2016? what you know, any thoughts conceptually about where this thing is going to be headed in a year?
Well, our vision really is to unite all of the people who want to have conversations about creativity in marketing and communications. And increasingly that includes the entertainment companies. So the music people are here, the TV people are here in a big way. Movies are starting to come as well. But again, a little bit like the ad tech people a few years ago, they're just playing around the edges right now. And I think if we can think of a way to really get them involved in the conversation, because they're already involved on the industry side, they're talking to the clients and the agencies already. If we can find a platform for them, then I think that's an interesting area for us to look at.